Welcome to Come Get Woo Woo. We're your hosts, Becky and Ro, here to hold space for the unseen, the unspoken, and the deeply felt. This is a place for seekers, for those who sense that there's more, for those who hear between the words, feel beyond the room, and know without knowing why.
Together, we'll explore the language of spirit, the clarity of your clairs, and the signs that rise up when you're ready to notice. You're not imagining it, you're remembering it. This is Come Get Woo Woo.
Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt uncomfortable, even though nothing appeared wrong? Or spent time with somebody and left feeling completely drained without knowing why? Have you ever noticed your body reacting before your mind could explain it? A knot in your stomach, a sense of calm, or a feeling that something was off? Have you ever wondered why some places seem to recharge you while others seem to take something out of you? If any of this sounds familiar, you're not imagining it. For thousands of years, cultures around the world have described an invisible current of life force energy flowing beneath the physical life. If you've ever felt like something beneath the surface was influencing your well-being, this episode's for you. Hey, woo-woo seekers, welcome back to Come Get Woo-Woo with Becky and Ro. I'm Becky.
And I'm Ro. Today, we're exploring the Etheric Realm, the invisible layer believed to exist just beneath the physical world. If the body is the house we live in, the Etheric Realm may be the wiring, plumbing, and blueprint that helps explain why that house feels alive in the first place. We'll explore the ancient idea of life force energy, known through different traditions as chi or prana, and how many cultures believed that there was an unseen current supporting the physical experience of being human. We'll also look at concepts like chakras, meridians, and energetic pathways as maps of this invisible system. But this episode isn't just about ancient teachings, it's about everyday life. Why some places feel uplifting while others feel draining, why nature seems to restore us, and why our bodies sometimes react before our minds understand why. We'll also explore how our modern lifestyles, relationships, boundaries, and daily habits may either support or deplete our energetic well-being. Along the way, we'll discuss the idea of the human energy battery, the importance of restoration, and share a few simple practices to help you reconnect with yourself throughout the day. Ultimately, this episode invites you to consider a simple possibility that there may be more influencing your well-being than what can be seen on the surface, and that learning to listen to those subtle signals may be one of the most practical forms of self-care available to us.
Before we go any deeper into this conversation, we want to invite you to help us expand the Woo-Woo Seekers Grid. If this episode has you pausing, noticing, or feeling something a little differently, take a second to hit the follow button or leave a review. It might seem small, but it's actually a choice, just like everything we've been talking about. It's a way of taking something you felt here and grounding it into action. It helps the algorithm recognize that this kind of presence, this kind of conversation is worth sharing, so it can reach other seekers who are ready to step into their own human experience.
The perspectives shared in this episode are explored through a spiritual and seeker-based lens. Our intention is to inspire curiosity, reflection, and conversation as we journey through the concept to better understand our own energy. This content is shared for entertainment and personal exploration purposes and is not intended to replace professional psychological, medical, or mental health guidance. So, Becky, what is the etheric realm?
Well, the easiest way to understand it is to think of the etheric realm as an energetic blueprint behind the physical body. The physical body is what we can see, touch, and measure. The etheric realm is the energetic layer that exists just beneath the surface, carrying the information, patterns, and life force energy that supports the physical experience. I want you to imagine a house. If the physical world represents the walls, the windows, the doors, and the roof that you can see and touch, the etheric realm is the blueprint, the wiring, the plumbing, and the flow of energy that makes the house function. You don't normally see electricity moving through the wires or the water flowing through the pipes, but you know that they are there because everything works when they're flowing properly. In much the same way, the etheric realm is believed to be the energetic system that gives life, vitality, and organization to the physical body. Without the etheric, the physical body would be like an empty house, standing still, without the energy that makes it feel alive. The etheric realm acts like a bridge between spirit and matter, carrying the life force energy that animates the body and supports the natural patterns of health and vitality.
While the term etheric realm is relatively modern in many metaphysical circles, the idea behind it is anything but new. Across cultures and throughout history, people have described an invisible force that animates life itself, a vital energy that flows through all living things. Different traditions give it different names, but they were often pointing toward a remarkably similar concept. In Chinese tradition, this life force energy is known as qi. Qi is believed to flow throughout the body along energetic pathways called meridians. Traditional Chinese practices such as acupuncture, tai chi, and qigong are built upon the idea that health is supported when qi flows freely and becomes compromised when that flow is blocked or imbalanced. Think of qi as the current moving through the wiring of the house. When the current flows smoothly, the lights stay on. When something interrupts that flow, the effects begin to show up elsewhere. In the yogic traditions of India, this life force energy is called prana. Prana is often described as the energy carried through the breath, but it is considered much more than oxygen. It is the vital force that animates all living beings. Practices such as yoga, breath work, and meditation often focus on cultivating and directing prana throughout the body. In this view, every breath is not just supporting the body, it's nourishing the energetic systems beneath it. Although these traditions developed independently and in different parts of the world, they share a common observation. Whether it's called qi, prana, life force energy, vital force, or something else entirely, the underlying idea is remarkably consistent. There is an invisible aspect of life that supports the visible one. Interestingly, many modern practitioners see connection between these ancient concepts of life force energy and the body's nervous and hormone systems. While qi and prana are not terms used in conventional medicine, both traditions recognize our energy, emotions, stress levels, and physical well-being are deeply connected. In other words, what affects us emotionally often affects us physically, and what affects us physically often affects our energy.
You know what's really interesting is I try to exercise on a regular, but it doesn't happen. I try. And so I did go through a stint that I did Qigong, and I tell you, even though it doesn't seem like you're doing anything that is like stimulating, it is so stimulating. It's kind of like yoga that way. It feels like you're just stretching things out. You actually feel it the next day. So it's amazing how just moving that energy around can change the whole day. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I like Qigong too. And I like it so much better than I like yoga.
They're very different, but still
Yes.
very similar. I think Qigong is easier.
Yes.
I'm trying to think if there's another one too.
Tai Chi?
Yes. Tai Chi is another one that, where you're kind of, I think that's a little bit closer to Qigong. Qigong is kind of waking up the system. That's kind of what you're doing, is waking up the system. So it's just amazing.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to start again.
Maybe we could do a pact.
Okay. I'm listening.
Maybe we could do a pact where we're doing it, I don't know, 3 times a week or something.
And we talk to each other every single day, so we can actually just check in, make sure we did it, and hold each other accountable.
Yes.
I'd be down with that.
I would say every day, but that's just too much. I'm willing to start with 3 times a week.
Yeah, let's do 3 times a week.
Start off small and then...
Right. Yes, you can always add.
Deal.
So the next step is to actually talk about the wiring beneath the body. If the etheric realm is the energetic blueprint beneath the physical life, then it helps to understand how that blueprint is believed to be organized. If we return to the analogy of the house theory, that the physical body is the structure and the etheric body is the hidden wiring, many spiritual traditions teach that the etheric body mirrors the physical body almost perfectly, while the physical body is made of organs, bones, muscles, and nerves. The etheric body is said to be made of subtle pathways through which life force energy flows. Different cultures develop different names for these pathways, but the core idea remains similar. One of the most known parts of the etheric system is the chakra system. The word chakra means wheel. The chakras are often described as spinning centers of energy located throughout the body, rather than thinking of them as mystical objects floating inside of you. It may be easier to think of them as energetic transformers or junction boxes. Just as a transformer regulates electricity before it enters the house, chakras are believed to regulate and distribute life force energy throughout the body and energetic systems. They act as meeting points where physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual experiences intersect. Each major chakra is traditionally associated with different aspects of the human experience. The first one, you have the root chakra, which is actually located at the base of your spine. And this one represents safety, survival, and grounding. The next one is the sacral chakra, which is located in your abdomen. It is the source of creativity, pleasure, and emotions. Now, the solar plex chakra is located just above your navel, and that is going to be your confidence, identity, and personal power. Then you're going to have your heart chakra, which is love, compassion, and connection. Then you have the throat chakra, and this is going to be the source of communication and self-expression. Next is going to be the third eye chakra, and this location is actually right in the middle of your forehead between your eyebrows. And this is where you're going to find your intuition and perception. And lastly, the crown chakra, which is located at the top of your head. And this is going to represent spiritual connection and higher awareness. Now, whether viewed symbolically or energetically, the chakra system provides a map for understanding how different life experiences can affect our overall sense of well-being. So now, Ro, you and I have done several different meditations, and I know that you had done one for the 7/7 portal that actually was a Whispering Coast meditation, and you went through the chakras with this one, correct?
Yes, through each wave, opening up the chakras.
That's really cool. I know in our early episodes, we did podcast companion meditations that actually went through to open up your clairvoyance, clairsentient, whatever your clairs were. It actually went through the chakra to help you open it up. So whatever it was associated, because I know like clairvoyance is associated with third eye. I think clairalience is root chakra, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. I recommend if anybody is looking for a different meditation, we've got some really great ones that kind of go through. And I am almost positive you have a sacred tree meditation that actually opens up the chakras, don't you?
I also have one out there that does the upper and lower chakras and chakras such as your palms and your ear chakras as well.
Which are amazing because those are not something that everybody gets. So that one's a really good one. Yeah. So highly recommend if you're looking for a chakra meditation, check those out. Ro, do you want to tackle some of the power lines?
Oh, I would love to.
Perfect.
If the chakras are the junction boxes, the meridians and the nadis are the power lines. Ancient Chinese medicine describes a network of meridians through which qi flows. Yogic traditions describe thousands of nadis that carry prana throughout the energetic body. While the names differ, both systems suggest that life force energy moves through an intricate network connecting every part of us. These pathways are believed to nourish the energetic counterparts of our organs, tissues, and bodily systems. While energy flows freely, we experience vitality, balance, and resilience. When the flow becomes restricted, we may experience feelings of depletion, stagnations, or imbalance. Interestingly, many modern researchers note that these ancient systems often seem to overlap with major nerve pathways, connective tissue networks, and the body's communication systems. While science and spirituality may describe them differently, both are exploring how information and energy move throughout the human experience. The etheric realm teaches that we are not simply physical beings powered by chemistry alone. We are living systems of movement, connection, communication, and energy. The chakras and meridians are simply one way of describing the invisible architect that many traditions believe helps keep life flowing through us. So I must have had a depletion this week because I had no energy.
Oh, I agree. Like literally, I wanted to sleep so bad, but couldn't sleep. Just, it's weird how you go in cycles too. I think there's a fine line between the science and spirituality. They sometimes describe the same things, but yet in different tones and different language. So it's, I think, sometimes fun.
Yeah, I agree with you. Do you want to go over the etheric realm in everyday life?
So the etheric realm might sound like something distant or mystical, but most people have likely experienced it without even realizing it. If the etheric realm is the energetic foundation beneath physical life, then we often notice it through its effects rather than seeing it directly. Think about that house again. You rarely think about the wiring, the plumbing, or the foundation until something changes. You don't see the electricity moving through the walls, but you certainly notice when the lights flicker. The etheric realm can be a lot like that. You might walk into a room and immediately feel comfortable, peaceful, or relaxed. Or you might enter a space that feels tense, heavy, or draining for reasons that you can't quite explain. Another experience is you might feel energized after spending time in nature, which is one of my favorites. Or you may notice that certain people leave you feeling uplifted while others seem to drain all of your energy. And you may even have moments when your body reacts before your mind has figured out why. Remember, we were talking about that knot in your stomach, that sense of calm, or the feeling that something is just off. Whether you view these experiences as energetic, intuitive, psychological, or some combination of all three, they point to something most of us recognize. We are constantly responding to more than just what we can see with our eyes. The etheric realm is often described as that subtle layer of life where those energetic exchanges take place. Most of the time, we don't even notice it because it operates quietly in the background. And once in a while, you'll catch a glimpse of its effects. And when you do, it can feel as though our body knows something before our mind does. I just find that fascinating. I know that you were shaking your head when I was talking about people draining. I know we all have that one person.
Yes, we do. You know, what's funny, though, I never thought of it that way. How our body is constantly responding.
I think that's one of the reasons why I like how we dissect this whole series. Because in order for us to all fully work together, you have to understand and recognize each and every realm has a purpose. And this is just another purpose. And you're right, because you don't connect the dots unless somebody puts it in your face.
Yeah. It didn't even connect when we did the body somatic realm, too.
Right. And that was more of that physical. Again, I know I've said it every single time. I just love this series that we're doing. Yeah.
Certainly makes you think.
And you know me, I like to think.
So before we move on, it's worth briefly revisiting something we explored back in our elemental and nature episode. The idea that places carry energy too. Most of us have had the experience of walking into a room and instantly feeling something. Maybe it felt peaceful and welcoming. Maybe it felt heavy, tense, or uncomfortable. Often we notice it before anyone says a word. We simply know that something about that space feels different. Many spiritual traditions suggest that this isn't just imagination. They propose that spaces can hold what we might call an etheric imprint, a lingering energetic echo created by the emotions, experiences, and activities that repeatedly occur there. Just as our thoughts and our emotions can affect us personally, these traditions suggest that they can leave an impression on the environments we occupy. Think about some of the places you visited throughout your life. Have you ever stepped into an old church, a memorial site, a childhood home, or even a hospital and immediately sensed a particular atmosphere? Even without knowing the history of a place, many people report feeling as though something about it is communicating a story. Some traditions refer to this as the memory of matter, the idea that buildings, objects, and even the land itself can absorb and reflect energetic patterns over time. Whether taken literally or symbolically, it offers an interesting explanation for why some environments seem to feel uplifting while others feel emotionally heavy. The conversation doesn't stop with buildings. Many cultures also teach that Earth itself has an energetic blueprint. In our mineral realm episode, we touched briefly on concepts such as ley lines and telluric currents. The idea that planets contain natural energetic pathways, much like the etheric body, is believed to contain its own channels of life force energy. Whether someone views these ideas as spiritual truths, metaphors, or simply ways of understanding our relationship with the environment, most people can agree on one thing. Some places feel energizing, while others feel draining. Some locations leave us feeling refreshed and grounded, while others seem to deplete our energy without an obvious reason. And this brings us to something surprisingly practical. If the etheric body is a system of energetic flow, then our surroundings may either support that flow or restrict it. This is the one reason practices such as feng shui, space clearing, or simply decluttering have remained popular across cultures and generations. The idea is straightforward. Just as a blocked artery restricts flow of blood, cluttered and stagnant spaces may restrict the flow of energy within the environment. You don't have to fully embrace the spiritual explanation to notice the effect. Most people feel lighter after cleaning a room, opening the window, letting in sunlight, or reorganizing a space that has become overwhelming. Perhaps that is because our surroundings are constantly interacting with us. They influence our emotions, our nervous systems, our attention, and if these traditions are correct, our etheric body as well. Just as we benefit from clearing emotional clutter within ourselves, we may also benefit from clearing the spaces where we live, work, rest, and heal. You know what I was thinking as I was going through this? The story that you had told while you were in the cave and
The Wabasha Caves with Dawn and Chris.
Yes. I don't remember the name of the cave.
Yeah.
Yes, but that.
Yep. Yeah. There was a heavy energy there.
Yeah. A lot of bad things happened there, right?
It was a speakeasy at one time, I think is what it was. I don't know. We have a surprise, and that'll be one of the surprises. So we'll talk about more later.
Go there again after
I
you
am.
already know, but you already know how that place went.
No, that was at the beginning. I want to see if it changed. I want to see if I see the guy at the bar again.
Okay.
But yes, no, I definitely. But see, now I had when you were talking, there's two different things that I actually was thinking about. So my cousin recently sold her family restaurant, and we used to be there as a kid all the time. And I mean, like, we went there every single weekend. And that was what I was thinking about, because I walked in there and I hadn't been in there in 23 years or something like that. My sisters and I gathered together with her, and we did one last time, and we played all the games. And I think I told you about this. We played all the games that we used to play as a kid. The nostalgic feeling that there was so many different feelings, but I felt all of those feelings in that building. And it held so many memories that came up. And we had such a fantastic time. It was amazing. And the other thing that I was thinking about is, like you were talking about, how if you clean a room or get rid of the declutter and stuff. And I think about how accomplished I feel every time I get something like that done. You know, it just like this heaviness that had been weighing me down has lifted when I clear up some of the clutter.
No, I totally agree with you, because I'll look at it and I'll look at it and I'll look at it, and then I'm like, it's got to go. And then I feel better.
Yeah. Yep.
Then I look at it, I'm like, yes, it's nice now.
It's beautiful. Yes.
Do you want to talk about relationships in the etheric realm?
Yeah. So up to this point, we've been talking about how the etheric body is believed to influence the physical body. But what if the relationship works both ways? What if the choices that we make every day are constantly shaping the health of our energetic blueprint as well? Many spiritual traditions teach that the etheric body is not a separate system floating somewhere outside of us. It is intertwined in our physical experience. Because of that, what affects one often affects the other. Think about your modern life for a moment. Many of us spend our days indoors, under artificial lighting, staring at screens, sitting for long periods of time, and surrounded by concrete, traffic, and constant stimulation. None of those are inherently bad, but some traditions suggest that they can create a kind of energetic static that interferes with their natural rhythm. Have you ever noticed how different you feel after spending an entire day inside compared to spending even a few hours outdoors. Many people report feeling calmer, clearer, and more energized after time in nature. Some believe that this is because natural environments help regulate not only our body and nervous system, but also the etheric field that supports them. Food is another area where physical and energetic health are often linked. Many traditions teach that fresh food carry more nutrients alone. Fresh fruits, vegetables, herbs, and clean water are often viewed as carrying a stronger life force or vitality than highly processed foods that have been heavily altered from their natural state. Whether you view this as literal energy, nutritional density, or simply the body's response to real food, most people can feel the difference between nourishment and depletion. One leaves you feeling energized and supported, and the other one leaves you feeling sluggish, foggy, and disconnected. Movement may be one of the simplest examples of this relationship. The body was designed to move. When we walk, stretch, breathe deeply, or engage in gentle exercise, we aren't just moving muscles and joints. We are creating flow throughout the entire system. Many energy traditions teach that life force energy can become stagnant when the body remains locked in stress, tension, or inactivity for long periods of time. This is one of the reasons practices like yoga, qigong, and tai chi, walking meditations, or simple stretching have remained popular for thousands of years. They are believed to support both physical movement and energetic movement simultaneously. Perhaps the lesson here is simple. If the etheric body and the physical body are partners, then caring for one is a way of caring for the other. Every walk, every deep breath, every nourishing meal, and every movement spent reconnecting with the natural world may be supporting far more than just your physical body alone. I find it interesting that we came back to stretching and exercising again.
Me too. I was about to say even more reason we need to do our 3 times a week.
I know. We'll have to put it on our calendar.
Oh, do we have room?
Probably not. We have to make room.
I would like to try Tai Chi. Have you tried Tai Chi?
I think I have, but I think I did like 1 or 2 videos, so I'm not 100% sure if it was Tai Chi or Qigong that I'm thinking about. So, yeah. Ro, do you want to take the next one, which is the human energy battery?
Oh, yes, I'd love to. Now, if this realm is considered the energetic system behind the walls of the house, then another way to think about it is as the battery that powers the house. Because most of us understand that when our phone battery is running low, the screen dims, apps slow down, functions stop working the way they're supposed to. But when our own energy battery starts running low, we often ignore the signs. We push through it. We drink another cup of coffee. We tell ourselves that we'll rest later. And then we wonder why everything feels harder than it should be. One of the challenges of modern life is that we are constantly spending energy but rarely taking the time to replenish it. Our attention is pulled in 100 directions. Notifications compete for our focus. Work follows us home. Stress lingers in the body long after the moment has passed. We have become incredibly good at output. Many of us have forgotten how to restore. As a result, many people aren't just physically tired, but energetically tired as well. According to many energy traditions, the etheric body often speaks before the physical body demands a complete shutdown. Some most common signs may include brain fog or difficulty concentrating, increased irritability, feeling disconnected from yourself or your purpose, feeling persistently overwhelmed, having a lack of motivation, or even feeling drained after resting. These experiences can have many causes, and they are not a substitute for medical or mental health guidance. But from an etheric perspective, they may also be signals that your energetic battery is asking for your attention. Think of them as the yellow check engine going on in your car. The goal isn't to panic when it comes on, it is to recognize that it provides information. Your body, emotions, and energy are constantly communicating with you. The question is whether we're listening, because sometimes it's a signal that we've been running on empty battery far too long. I feel guilty with this one.
I know as you were talking about it, I just went, yep, check, 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 check. Yep, hit them all.
Yeah, and then we're adding, maybe we should skip the exercises. This is going to drain our batteries even more.
Oh, shoot. I tell you, I think that's one of the reasons why I like to come home. It is so quiet and peaceful that it's like my brain gets to reset. Because I spend all day when I'm working, I'm constantly trying to get people to talk, or I'm, conversing or thinking about what I'm supposed to be doing. And there isn't a whole lot of rest while I'm working.
No, and your job is physical too.
Yeah, mental and physical. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I just have to deal with the commuters.
I don't know. I'll take my job.
Because every day I'm like, these people are rude. It's ridiculous. It's like, oh my goodness.
See, my clients like me at least. You're surrounded by people that are just not always in the greatest mood because they don't want to be commuting also. And so that's like this bad energy. Like my clients, they've got a good energy for the most part.
Yeah.
Which is good.
I get mad at people that are rude. It's like, you can't look behind you to save the door open. I mean, it's like 2 seconds. You'll hold the door for them and they'll like kind of walk around you. Like to not even get it for the next person behind them.
Oh, wow. Really?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See, and I just, I don't get that either.
Lucky you.
I'm going to go over some different ways creating boundaries, protecting your life forces. So if the etheric realm is connected to life force energy, then one of the biggest influences on energetic well-being isn't found in meditation rooms or healing practices. It's found in our relationships. Every day we exchange energy with other people. Those conversations, responsibilities, emotions, attentions, or shared experiences. We are constantly influencing one another. Some interactions leave us feeling inspired, supported, energized. Others leave us feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, and strangely depleted. Many metaphysical traditions describe this through a concept of etheric cords. These cords are believed to be energetic connections that form whenever we create a meaningful bond with another person. Family members, close friends, romantic partners, coworkers, or even people with whom we've experienced intense conflict with can leave a lasting energetic connection. Whether you view etheric cords as a literal energetic phenomenon or a symbolic way of understanding emotional attachments, the idea points to something many people have experienced. Long after the conversation ends, or the breakup occurs, or a conflict is resolved, we can still find ourselves thinking about someone, carrying their energy, replaying interactions, or feeling affected by their presence. Not all energetic connections are unhealthy. In fact, healthy relationships often involve a beautiful exchange of support, encouragement, understanding, and care. Energy flows naturally in both directions. There is a sense of mutual nourishment rather than depletion. The challenges arise when the relationship becomes unbalanced. Some relationships seem to require constant emotional output while providing very little restoration in return. We might find ourselves carrying another person's stress, solving their problems, managing their emotions, or feeling responsible for their well-being. Over time, this can leave our own energetic battery running low. This is where boundaries become an act of energetic self-care. Protecting your life force is not about building walls, avoiding people, or living in fear of being drained. It's about becoming aware of where your energy is being invested and whether or not that investment is supporting your well-being. Like we've talked about in the emotional realm, for those who are naturally sensitive, empathetic, intuitive, one simple question can become incredibly powerful. Is this mine? Sometimes the sadness, stress, frustration, or anxiety we are experiencing belongs to us. Sometimes it belongs to somebody else. Learning to recognize the difference allows us to remain compassionate without carrying what was never ours to hold. One simple practice at the end of the day is conscious detachment. Before bed, take a few quiet moments to reflect on the people, conversation, and situations you encountered throughout the day. Notice what still feels heavy and active within you. Then gently acknowledge that the day is complete and that you are releasing any responsibilities, emotions, or expectations that do not belong to you. You don't have to visualize cutting cords or imagine dramatic, energetic rituals. Simply recognizing what is yours, what is not yours, and giving yourself permission to let go can be enough. Healthy boundaries allow us to remain open-hearted without becoming overwhelmed. They help sensitivity become a gift rather than a burden. And they remind us that protecting our life force is not about disconnecting from others. It is about staying connected to ourselves. I think this is a very important thing to remember.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree. And what I was thinking about was the episode we did on empaths and the holiday season.
Oh, I forgot about that one. You're right.
Yeah. And we also have a podcast companion for that one too, I believe.
I do. I think so. Yeah. I might have to revisit that one.
I usually like to imagine a gold light around me to protect energy from coming in, but you do need to discern which is yours and which isn't.
Agreed. I wear my mirror necklace, and that helps give me the reminder I've got protection around me, but yet firmer boundaries is something I'm working on.
I'm with you there too. And I wear my mirror necklace all the time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, especially when you work in the city.
Oh, I can't. Yeah. I can't even imagine. So I know that you are going to go over some ways to restore your life force energy, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
Protection alone is not enough. Imagine trying to preserve a phone battery that is already sitting at 5%. At some point, it needs to be recharged. The same is true for us. Many people spend years trying to protect energy they never take the time to restore. Restoration is the process of intentionally replenishing the vitality that has been spent through daily living. Across cultures and traditions, the same restorative practices appear again and again. Time in nature helps calm the nervous system to reconnect us to a more natural rhythm. Sleep gives the body and mind an opportunity to repair and reset. Hydration supports the body's ability to function efficiently. Breath work signals safety to the nervous system and helps shift us out of stress mode. Reducing overstimulation creates space for the mind to rest. Emotional honesty allows feelings to move rather than become trapped. And grounding brings us back into the present moment and reconnects us with our bodies. Restoration is not a luxury, it is maintenance. Just as a house requires upkeep and a battery requires charging, our energetic well-being requires regular attention. When we consistently restore our life force, we find ourselves feeling clearer, calmer, more resilient, and more reconnected to both ourselves and the world around us.
Beautiful. What would you say is your favorite way to restore?
Sleep.
Which you don't do. Go hug Teddy.
Oh, you go hug Teddy. Oh, how is Teddy?
Yeah, Teddy is doing better.
So
I'm going to go over a morning grounding technique. So the way we begin our day often shapes how we experience the hours that follow. Many of us, the first thing we do in the morning is reach for our phone. I'm so guilty of that. Before our feet even touch the floor, we are already receiving notifications, messages, news, opinions, and responsibilities. The mind immediately begins reacting to the world around us. But before connecting to the world, try connecting to yourself. When you first wake up, take a moment to sit comfortably at the edge of your bed or in a chair. Place both feet firmly on the floor and take a slow breath in, followed by a slow breath out. Then do it again. Notice the support beneath your feet. Notice the floor holding you. Notice the simple fact that you are here in this moment before the demands of the day begin, pulling your attention in different directions. And for a moment, allow your awareness to settle into your body instead of racing ahead into your schedule. Ask yourself a few simple questions. How do I feel right now? What do I need today? How do I want to move through this day? There is no need to force an answer or solve anything. Simply listen and notice what arises. And then before you stand up, set a simple intention for the day. It might be something simple as, I will move through today with awareness. Or, I will be kind to myself today. I think that one's important.
mm-hmm.
It could even be, I will return to the present moment whenever I need to. The goal is not perfection. The goal is to begin the day connected to yourself before connecting to anything else. Sometimes a few minutes of awareness can create a completely different experience than immediately stepping into reaction mode.
I wake up reacting.
I was actually thinking that. I was like, Ro is like running basically from the moment you wake up, don't you?
I do. I get up at the very last possible minute and then run around like a mad woman.
Well, here's your exercise for the week.
It only takes a moment, right? I could do that while I'm letting the dogs out. There you go.
So now we've put together something that's kind of a little fun little thing that I'm going to let Ro take from here. So go ahead, Ro.
So we have a fun little exercise called Stop and Pause. The next time you notice a sudden shift in your mood, energy, or emotional state, try this simple acronym exercise. You don't need a quiet room, a meditation cushion, or 20 minutes of free time. You only need a moment of awareness. Take a comfortable breath and bring your attention to yourself for just a moment. S for stop. For the next few moments, stop whatever mental story you're telling yourself. Stop solving, stop planning, stop worrying. Just be here. T, take a breath. Take a slow breath in and take a slow breath out. Again, allow your shoulders to soften. Allow your jaw to relax. And allow yourself to arrive in this moment. O, observe. Notice your body. Notice your thoughts. Notice your emotions. Notice your energy. Without judgment, ask yourself, what am I experiencing right now? Simply observe. P, proceed. Now choose to continue with awareness. Not because everything has changed, but because you have. You are no longer reacting unconsciously. You are paying attention. Now, for the times that you can go a little bit deeper, we're going to go through the acronym for pause. P, present moment. Bring your attention fully to where you are right now. Feel your feet. Notice your breath. Notice the chair beneath you or the ground supporting you. A, acknowledge what you're feeling. Ask yourself, what am I feeling? Maybe it's calm. Maybe it's stress. Maybe it's excitement. Maybe it's exhaustion. Whatever is present, allow it to be present. You understand where it came from. Become curious. Ask, when did I first notice this feeling? Or simply, did this start with me? There is no need to force an answer. Just notice what comes up. S, support yourself. Ask yourself, what do I need right now? Not what someone else needs, not what you think you should need. What do you need? Maybe it's rest. Maybe it's water or movement. Maybe it's a boundary or compassion. E, engage. Now ask, what is one small thing I can do? One thing, one action, one choice. Then commit to taking that step. The goal of this exercise is not to eliminate difficult emotions or maintain perfect energy all the time. The goal is awareness, because every time you stop, you interrupt the autopilot. And every time you pause, you create an opportunity to choose a different response. This is how the life force is protected. This is how energy is restored. And often that is how self-evolution begins, not through dramatic breakthrough, but through a single moment of conscious awareness.
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
I can't remember which episode it was, but by pausing, you actually stop the flow. So therefore, you gave it a name. So you actually recognize it. And then it's not as scary.
Right. I'm wondering if that was the sub-earths or the void and the abyss, either one.
It's that or the shadow realm. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of them.
You know, it might be a good idea is to put the pause and the stop out on the website. What do you think?
Oh, that's a great idea.
Now we have the evening release. You did the morning. Let's see. What are we going to do in the evening?
Okay. Just as we wash dirt off our hands, we can create a practice of washing away the mental, emotional, and energetic residue of the day. Throughout the day, we collect experiences, whether it be conversation, responsibilities, emotions, expectations, and stress all have a way of lingering long after the moment has passed. We've talked about this. Some of what we carry belongs to us, and some of it does not. At the end of the day, allow your shower or bath to become a moment of intentional release. As the water runs over you, bring your awareness to the events of the day. Notice what still feels heavy. Notice what your mind continues to replay. Notice any emotions, worries, frustrations, or responsibilities that you may still be carrying. Without judging any of it, simply acknowledge what is present. Then gently remind yourself that the day is complete. And you may quietly say to yourself, I release what no longer needs my attention. Or I release what is not mine to carry. There is no need for elaborate visualizations or complicated rituals. The intention itself is enough. As the water flows over you, allow it to symbolize letting go. Not because the experiences didn't matter, but because they did not need to follow you into tomorrow. Give yourself permission to set them down. Before you finish, take the final breath and ask yourself one simple question. What do I want to carry into tomorrow? Perhaps it's the gratitude, peace, clarity, or simply the knowledge that you made it through another day. The purpose of this practice is not to erase difficult emotions or avoid life's challenges. The purpose is to remind yourself that restoration is possible. Sometimes protecting your life force begins by recognizing that you do not have to carry every thought, emotion, or responsibility forward. Sometimes healing starts with the simple act of letting go.
I might have to change my morning showers to nighttime showers.
I kind of was thinking that same thing. I do mornings. You know what, though? I wash my face and do all that stuff. So maybe that can be my ritual. I'm washing away all of that.
I like that. I like your idea. As we close our journey through the etheric realm, I want to leave you with something simple to try. Tomorrow morning, try Becky's exercise. Before you reach for your phone, pause for just a moment. Place your feet on the floor and take a slow breath. Notice how you feel before the world tells you how you feel. Notice your energy before it gets pulled in a dozen different directions. Then, as you move through your day, begin paying attention. Notice what conversations leave you feeling lighter and which leaves you feeling depleted. Notice the spaces that help you breathe a little deeper and the ones that make your shoulders tighten. Notice when your body relaxes, when it contracts, and when it quietly tries to get your attention. Don't worry about fixing anything. Don't feel like you need to analyze every emotion or explain every sensation. Simply notice. Become curious about the relationship between your energy, your environment, your body, and the people around you. Then tonight, before you go to bed, ask yourself one simple question. What gave me energy today? And what took energy away? That's it. Because the etheric realm isn't really asking you to believe in something new. It's asking you to become aware of something that may have been speaking to you for your entire life. But your body has been communicating. Your energy has been communicating. And your life has been communicating. So listen a little more closely tomorrow. Protect what nourishes you. Release what doesn't. And remember that some of the most important things supporting your life are often the things you cannot see. The question has never been whether the signals are there. The question is whether you are listening to it. I really love doing this episode. And if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a heart in the comments. So, Becky, what are we doing next week?
Well, Ro, as the etheric realm reminds us that before we can receive guidance, We must be able to hear it. Before we can recognize a sign, we have to slow down enough to notice it. And before you can trust your intuition, you must become aware of the quiet signals that have been speaking to us all along. The messages that were always there become easier to recognize. And that is exactly where we're going next. In our next episode of Messages in Motion, we'll be returning to the words from the Woo Woo Seeker's Journal, A Journey for Your Signs and Symbols, Book 1, and exploring how signs and symbols begin to speak once you understand the structure behind them. Join us and see how spirit gets your attention when you're not looking for it, and how meaning shows up in ordinary moments. And here are the words for this week from the Woo Woo Seeker's Journal, A Journey for Your Signs and Symbols, Book 1, Path and Pen. See what rises, see what resonates. You can find the meditations for these words on our YouTube channel at Woo Woo Seekers. All the words can be found with direct links in our newsletter that can be found at comegetwoowoo.com, with new meditations released the first of every month. If you want to deepen your own journey, explore our other meditation series, The Sacred Tree, The Soul's Garden, and The Whispering Coast, also available on our YouTube channel at Woo Woo Seekers. And if you haven't tried our intuitive gem yet, go to comegetwoowoo.com and test your intuition and your mediumship skills in a fun, grounded way. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for getting woo-woo with us today. If something sparked a memory, a message, or just made you smile, share it with a fellow seeker, because the journey is always better when you can grow together. Be sure to find us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Woo Woo Seekers, so you can like, follow, and subscribe.
You can also follow us by visiting our website, comegetwoowoo.com. We are so much more than just another podcast. We're building a community of seekers just like us. We love hearing from you. If you've got signs, symbols, or stories that you want to share, email us at woowooseekers@gmail.com. Or any questions about today's episode, you can email us at comegetwoowoo@gmail.com.
Until next time, stay curious, stay open, and as always, come get woo-woo with us.